Welcome back, True Seeker. Time to make a few more phone calls to Kentucky about what happened supposedly this past Monday in Louisville. Of course, if you missed Monday's content, we did contact the governor's office, and his secretary did patch us through to his voicemail. Still haven't heard a call back, but when I did that stream, I did not contact the mayor or Mitch McConnell or Rand Paul. And I think we're going to do that in this stream, but we're going to start with the mayor's office. And again, what we're going to be talking about is the same thing that we're always talking about on this channel, the consistent patterns that happen in the same types of stories that so often have to do with gun control. And in this case, it was the Old National Bank shooting at 333 East Main Street across from Louisville Slugger Field. And it's just a lot of three. And this came exactly 2 weeks after the last major mass shooting story in the news, which was in Nashville, not too far from Louisville. And again, they had to let us know in the media that it was at Building 33, and 33 teachers were employed there, and 3 adults and 3 children were killed. And again, you learn gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words, something that's important to secret societies, which are large and in charge in the federal capital. You realize things like masonry, federal, secrecy, order, all of these words have a gematria value of 33. Again, look into the Masons. DC is known as the Masonic City, the House of the Temple. It has 33 columns on the outside that are each 33 feet tall. Well, in addition to that, this shooting happened in District 33 of Kentucky, and the mayor, who we've seen a lot of on TV this week, calling for gun control, saying there needs to be action now, Mr. Greenberg, from his August 22nd birthday to this shooting on April 10th was exactly 33 weeks later. Interestingly enough, in Jewish gematria, Greenberg equals 231. It was also exactly 231 days after his birthday, and you might recall when he was running for office, he supposedly survived an assassination attempt. But again, District 33, if you've been watching the coverage, Gerald Neal was on TV. He's in the district where the shooting happened. He said he's been in District 33 since '89. Means it's been, I guess, a little bit more than 33 years since he got there. But yeah, we're going to call about these patterns and see if we can get a response. Is it all just a big coincidence, or is there something more nefarious going on here? You just never know what might be revealed. We're going to make the effort, see what we can find out. And also let these people know, that some people are paying attention. Another thing that needs to be said about Mr. Greenberg is he's 49 years old right now. He was born in 73, the year of Soylent Green. And notice that he's 49 years old. Mitch McConnell, who's the Senate Minority Leader right now from Kentucky, leads the Republicans. This shooting happened 49 days after his birthday, going with Mayor Greenberg being 49 years old. You could also say it was Mitch McConnell's 50th day of his age, 49 days after his birthday, or 50th day of his age. Gun control has that gematria of 49 forwards, 50 in reverse. We see these numbers all the time. And, they ended up adjusting the stats to 4 killed, 9 injured in the time of the 49-year-old mayor. And Rand Paul, the other Kentucky senator, son of Ron Paul. It was his 94th day of his age, the last assault weapons ban in 94. Remember the Nashville shooter? She was born just after the assault weapons ban. They said she was 28 years old. It was exactly 28 weeks after the anniversary of the last assault weapons ban. And also interesting, the governor's father, the current governor's father was once the governor of He was once the lieutenant governor of Kentucky. He was the 49th lieutenant governor of Kentucky, the father of the current governor. And remember, the governor just happened to be in town the day of the shooting. But notice it was his 201st day of his age. We know that's a huge number with the Jesuit order. As we talked about, it's the upcoming 149th Kentucky Derby. The shooting was 149 days after the Superior General's birthday, the leader of the Jesuits. If you're new here, the Jesuits were in the time of the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, who's the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. Very recurring number with the Jesuits, who created modern Freemasonry, who are pretty much responsible for the language and the calendar and these rituals being synced up day after day. But yeah, look into Pope Francis, the first Jesuit Pope, the first to live in Suite 201. His birth name in Gematria equals 201. like the Jesuit order, like Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits. And by the way, here we are on April 12th as I'm making this video. Last year, the shooting was in the Underground Railroad in New York City. They said 33 shots were fired. They blamed on an older black man on the anniversary of the start of the American Civil War, which had a lot to do with slavery and race. Underground Railroad, slavery, subway shooting, rituals, same numbers over and over. That was the 102nd day of the year. Lincoln said there never would have been a civil war without the sinister influence of the Jesuits. But anyhow, 201st day of the 49th governor. And again, if you guys are new here, look into the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., who assumed the name Martin Luther after the Protestant Reformation leader. From his assassination to the first major gun control was 201 days later. MLK was killed on the anniversary of Martin Luther becoming a priest, which was the 95th day of 1968 when Martin Luther wrote the 95 Theses, bringing about the Jesuits. But anyway, funny how it lines up with the father of the current governor, who used to be the governor himself. And with regards to the current rep in District 33, Gerald Neal, it did happen on his 201st day of his age. So, again, the upcoming 149th Kentucky Derby, and Arturo Sosa, the current leader of the Jesuits, the shooting 149 days after his birthday, which is the 35th prime, and Catholics 35, like JFK, the first Catholic president, number 35. If you run it in reverse, 46, like JFK, assassinated age 46. Anyway, that's the quick and dirty of key numbers in this shooting. They did release the body cam footage by the numbers yesterday. They said the guy that got shot in the head, it was 10 days after his training completed, shooting on the 10th when bank is 10. It's amazing how perfect it always is. They said he was 26 years old in reverse, bank 26 days for the Kentucky Derby. So anyway, that's the quick and dirty of the numbers. Oh yeah, by the way, Old National Bank 55, which is the 10th triangular number and 10th Fibonacci number, going with the shooting on the 10th. But yeah, what I really want to call in about is just the pattern of 33. Again and again, covered it so many times in the decade I've been doing this. And like I said, a year ago today, I was covering the 33 shots fired in the New York subway shooting. New York does have that Gematria 33 as well. On the anniversary of the start of the American Civil War. Tomorrow will be 1 year since I hit the road for Oklahoma City. In the coming days, I'll be hitting the road for Los Angeles in the Bay Area. And hopefully I have a YouTube channel still operating. Right now, 2 of the 4 news channels are suspended after yesterday's strikes. And again, covering things like this isn't helping the odds, but at the same time, things like this need to be covered. And yeah, I'm debating on even if it's even worth going out pounding pavement anymore, because not many people watch the streams. They seem to always get strikes. Support seems to fall off. So it seems to actually be counterproductive, even though it's really what needs to happen, but there's just not a lot of support for it. It's expensive and the support is lacking. Again, case in point, just spent 9 hours out pounding pavement in Seattle, raised $30 in 9 hours of streaming, and the videos didn't last long before they got taken down for misinformation, even though it was all facts. But that said, let's start here with the mayor. Let's get him up here on the screen. The mayor's information. Hold on. Right here. 33 weeks on the nose in District 33. Okay. The number is 502. Let's get it right here. 502 574 2003. And let's see if we can get Mr. Greenberg on the line.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial.
I definitely dialed the number correctly. Well, that is disappointing. Let's see if there's any other contact information. They're watching the live stream right now. They're like, don't pick up the phone. Let's see. This is when he was running for office. I'll call this number and see if they can connect me.
Good afternoon, Metro Council.
Hi, I was trying to contact the mayor's office, and the number online does not seem to be correct.
The number is 574-2003.
That's what I dialed, and it rang for a long time, and then it said, this is Verizon. The number cannot be connected as dialed.
I got that report from other callers yesterday. I think that the line is getting so many calls. They've been inundated with calls, and that's the problem. But that is indeed the mayor's office. If you have a message for the mayor, I can give you an alternate number for Metro Call is the information line and complaint line for Louisville Metro government that the mayor's office has established.
Okay.
It's 574 5000. It starts off as an automated line, but if you hold on, a live operator will take your call when it's your turn.
Okay. I'll give that a try.
Right.
Do you take messages as well and relay them to people who might need to hear them?
If it's the Metro Council.
Sure. It involves your city, and it's a pattern that extends beyond your city. But
Okay, so is it for all the council people?
It should be. It should be for everyone in Louisville.
Okay. Just a second. I'll transfer you to the Metro Council clerk's office. They take messages for the entire council. If you had a specific councilman you wanted to speak with, then I could transfer you to their office phone number. But if it's for all the council members, let me transfer you to the clerk's office. Just a moment.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Metro Council Clerk's Office, this is Marissa. How can I help you?
Yes, Marissa. I am just trying to relay an important message to people who have positions of authority in your city about the shooting that just happened this past Monday, April 10th. Am I contacting the right person?
Well, this is the clerk's office, so is there like a specific council member you'd wish to speak to, maybe in your district or in the district where the actual shooting happened, or the president? Is there anybody specific?
Is it possible to talk to Gerald Neal?
I'm not quite sure who that is, but I can look it up and see if we have that phone number
Okay.
in our system.
Okay.
Let me see. Is it Neal?
It is.
Okay. So it doesn't look like we have that. It doesn't look like he is in our global list through Metro.
I can get his number online. I'll try contacting him through the number online. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Here. We'll call Gerald Neal since it happened in his district.
Legislative Commission.
Yes, is it possible to talk to Gerald Neal?
All right, one moment.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Senate Democrats, this is Matt.
Yes, I'm trying to speak to Gerald Neal.
Unfortunately, he's not here. Can I take a message?
Yeah, I would like to relay him the message that I'm an author. My name is Zachary Hubbard. I've been writing about mass shootings for over a decade now, and the persistent pattern that's in these stories when politicians call for gun control behind them. And there's a number that shows up again and again. A year ago today, we heard about the Underground Railroad shooting, the subway shooting on the anniversary of the start of the American Civil War, and they said the shooter fired 33 shots. Just 2 weeks ago in Nashville, the police were sure to point out that the shooting was at building number 33. 33 teachers worked at the school, and 3 adults and 3 children were killed. Now, 2 Mondays later, it's Louisville, and they're telling us it's in District 33 at building 333. And the thing is, the shooting was exactly 33 weeks after the mayor's August 22nd birthday, and this is just par for the course. This is going on with literally every single national televised mass shooting. And there is something obviously special to the number 33. The police, all throughout this nation, their stations are very close to Masonic lodges. Of course, the number 33 is venerated by Masonry. That's why the Masonic Temple in D.C. has 33 columns that are each 33 feet tall. And the Masons...
Yep, and the 33rd degree of the Scottish Rite of Masonry. Yep.
Indeed. And then something a lot of people don't know about is Gematria, which is the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. And in the English language, the words Masonry, federal, secrecy, order, police, they all equate to 33. So, again, it looks like something very sinister is going on with the authorities because these rituals are perfectly synced with the politicians over and over. And another number that I talk about a lot with gun control is 201. This shooting happened on the 201st day of Gerald Neal's age. And to make a point, this goes all the way back to 1968. The first major gun control legislation in this nation's history was 201 days after the killing of Martin Luther King Jr., who assumed the name Martin Luther after the Protestant Reformation leader, and only to be killed on the anniversary of... MLK was killed on the anniversary of Martin Luther becoming a priest, and he was also killed on the 95th day of 1968, and Martin Luther wrote the 95 Theses, which brought about the Jesuit order, and the 201 number is very special to the Jesuits, who created modern Freemasonry. That's why the first Jesuit Pope, Pope Francis, is the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. Anyhow, these numbers, again and again... And what it speaks to is that there is a legitimate conspiracy. And in a way, it makes a lot of sense because we're talking about a federal agenda. D.C., the federal government moved to D.C. after it started in Philadelphia. Well, who was already in D.C.? The Jesuits, and now the city is known as the Masonic City. So these patterns are so consistent. I know within the month I'm going to be talking about it again in another city. And every time it happens, I call the city and just let people know that, hey, some of us are paying attention. But I am waiting for the right politician to get this message and say, you know what? I have a clue or two about this agenda that's going on, and I'm actually going to speak up and do the right thing on behalf of the American people. And I'm wondering if Mayor Greenberg could be that guy. But at the same time, I don't take this the wrong way. But again, there's you could call them the Saturday Club, if you will. And again, I mean, from Sandy Hook to Stoneman Douglas. I don't know if you catch my drift by the Saturday Club, but if you look into the Jesuits, they're a Catholic-Jewish alliance. The Saturday Club people seem to always be the ones really going after the First and Second Amendment. And I'm not saying it's all people who are in the Saturday Club, but a lot of the politicians are, the Lenny Posners of the world. And again, I mean... It's not good because what America's about is under attack, and what makes America separate from most nations is the First and Second Amendment. And again, a lot of people in the Saturday Club are not respecting either of those things. The big tech companies that are controlled by them are censoring people left and right. Politicians like Mr. Greenberg are, and again, I mean, the thing is, too, this whole Kabbalistic Masonry. What's Masonry's nickname? It's Judaism for the Gentile. Kabbalah is traditionally a Jewish practice. The obsession with letters and numbers, it's pretty much in Jewish mysticism. So again, there's a true conspiracy here that's easily identified when you're aware of the knowledge. And I'm just looking for the right politician to catch wind of this and maybe not worry so much about their next re-election or status, but be more concerned about speaking out against the evil agenda being waged by the authorities. And again, just to make another point about the whole Nashville shooting. Anyway, I'll leave it there. You can relay the message as it is. But yeah, Mr. Greenberg, here, I'll tell you one more thing that's funny. He's 49 years old. The official stats at the end said 4 dead, 9 injured. And it was 49 days after Mitch McConnell's birthday. In Gematria, gun control equals 49. And that's another familiar pattern. So I don't want to overwhelm you with numbers, but the patterns are undeniable. The rituals are undeniable. And these people who are participating in this, they really should be ashamed of themselves.
Okay, well, I will jot all that down, and I will get that to Senator Neal, sir.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay. He said he's going to jot it all down and get to Senator Neal. So anyway, he listened for quite a while. Let's, it looks like the mayor shut down his phone number, but maybe we can get to Mitch McConnell's office. Let's see. We'll call Mitch McConnell and Rand Paul. All right, let's see. This is his office in D.C. He's probably in D.C.
Thank you for calling Senator Mitch McConnell's Washington, D.C. office. If you are calling between the hours of 8:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are currently experiencing a high volume of calls. If you are calling before 8:30 a.m. or after 6 p.m., our office is closed. You may also reach Senator McConnell online by visiting www.mcconnell.senate.gov. Please know that your call is very important to us. Thank you.
I'm sorry. This mailbox cannot receive messages at this time. Thanks for calling. Goodbye.
I mean, did you get a load of that? If you call between 8:30 and 6, we're too busy to take your call. And if you call anytime outside of that, we're closed. By the way, our voicemail box is full. Oh, man. Don't you guys feel represented? Hold on. Let's see if it's any better with Rand Paul. Oh, boy. You guys want to know something funny? I got a call from the Democrats of Washington. They said they need people to run for office in my area. It's a pretty red area here, and this is the red part of the state. But I actually entertained the phone call. They said you should run for school board. I wonder what you have to do to be in line with the Democrats in the school board these days. I'm sure it's not looking too educational, but highly indoctrinational, if we're making up words. Here, we'll try the state office number. That's probably more likely than the D.C. office. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call from the Capitol. Hello?
Yeah. Are you doing a live stream?
I am.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. I can call you back.
All right, thanks. Funny that I get a call from the Capitol. All right, let's see.
Senator
Mr. Paul's office. How may I help you?
Yes, is Mr. Paul available?
No, sir. He is not in the office today. Can I take a message?
Yes. Will this message reach Mr. Paul?
Yes, sir. That is my responsibility.
Well, thank you so much. Then I will leave the message with you. So I'm an author. You can look me up. My name is Zachary Hubbard. I have 2 books out there. Soon there'll be a 3rd. But my first book, what it is largely focused on, is the pattern of mass shootings in this nation that get a lot of TV attention and a lot of politicians behind them calling for things like gun control and whittling away at the Second Amendment. And the most common pattern that I write about is the number 33. And to make a point, a year ago today, we had the shooting in the Underground Railroad, the subway station in New York, on the anniversary of the start of the American Civil War, and they said that the shooter fired 33 shots. And a couple weeks ago, we had the shooting in Nashville, and they were sure to report that the shooting was at Building 33, where 33 teachers work, and 3 adults and 3 children were killed. And now this week it's Louisville in District 33 at Building 333, exactly 33 weeks after the mayor's birthday, Mr. Greenberg, born on August 22nd. And again, 33 is a number that has a relationship with the police, the authorities who are giving us the details in all of these accounts through Freemasonry. Of course, the highest degree of the Scottish Rite's 33. In the federal city, D.C., you have the House of the Temple, where there's 33 columns on the outside that are each 33 feet tall. And one of the things that Masonry is invested in is Jewish mysticism, which involves Kabbalah. And in Kabbalah, there's something called Gematria, which is the practice of coding numbers into words. And all of these words equal 33. Police, Masonry, federal, secrecy, order. And shooting after shooting, they figure out a way to insert the same number at least one time, and it's incredibly redundant. And it goes beyond shootings, too. It's just like how in 1968, 33 years before 9/11, World Trade Center construction began, and 911 was made the national emergency dialing code, and George W. Bush graduated from the Masonic Secret Society.
Interrupt, but is there any specific ask that I can
Yes.
that I can pass
Yes.
along to the senator on your behalf?
Yes. I want him to address if him or Mitch McConnell have any foreknowledge, because in Gematria, gun control equals 49. The mayor's 49 years old. The shooting was 49 days after Mitch McConnell's birthday and on Rand Paul's 94th day of his age. And of course, the last assault weapons ban was in 94. And this is what these events are, incident after incident. Perfect rituals. And it looks like, again, our founders gave us the First and Second Amendment to protect ourselves from enemies foreign and domestic, and it really does look like a lot of the enemies are domestic, and they've taken over the positions of authority, and they use the news as a propaganda weapon, as a mind control weapon to scare us out of our rights and liberties, from 9/11 to the corona to the shooting incidents. And I feel bad for all the children today that have to grow up in this world where they think there's going to be a school shooting, that they're going to die from a virus. And this has been propagated by the authorities, and the people, the young children who are 5 and 6 today, before long, they will be 18 and they will have been raised up in this state where it was nothing but fear and give up your rights and liberties to be protected by the authorities, when it looks like the authorities might be the ones that are actually, responsible for all the fear-mongering. As, again, we get story after story with no evidence. I mean, look at all these stories. Where is the evidence that any of these things are happening? They never showed us anything. Yesterday, they said they couldn't show us anything on the body cam.
I'm very happy to pass this along, and I do find it to be very fascinating. I encourage you to call the D.C. office, as you have called the constituent services for the state of Kentucky. And what we do here is we reach out on behalf of the constituents of Kentucky to federal agencies. Now, a minimal message I'm glad to pass along, but as far as something to the degree as to what you're expressing now, I think that you would be best served to call the D.C. office.
Okay, what's the number, please?
That number is 202-224-4343. We thank you for taking the time to call today, Mr. Hubbard. I will certainly pass this along.
Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what's going to be more important than that call today, but let's try it out.
Senator Rand Paul is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Mr. Paul. My name is Zachary Hubbard. I'm an author, and one of the things that I've been focused on in my writing is the pattern of mass shootings in the number 33. Again, in Louisville, we just had a shooting at Building 333 exactly 33 weeks after the mayor's birthday in District 33, which was compared to the Nashville shooting, which happened at Building 33, where they said 3 adults and 3 children were killed, and 33 teachers worked. And I'm calling you on the anniversary of the New York subway shooting, on the anniversary of the start of the American Civil War, where they said 33 shots were fired, and between now and then and before then, the same patterns persisted about 1,000 times. I'm sure you know, working in D.C., it's known as the Masonic City, where the House of the Temple's there with 33 columns that are each 33 feet tall. Again, Mr. Paul, it seems quite obvious that there's some kind of abusive relationship with authority and forced tragedy in the news for the sake of mind-controlling the public to give up their rights and liberties. Again, if you look into Kabbalah, there's a practice of coding numbers into words called Gematria, and in that language, the words federal, masonry, secrecy, order, police, each of those words equates to 33. Also, I want you to be aware...
Approaching the maximum length for a recording. Finish your recording after the tone.
I also want you to be aware that the shooting happened on your 94th day of your age and 49 days after Mitch McConnell's birthday, while the mayor's 49, when gun control equals 49, and the last major gun control legislation was in 94. So, if you have any foreknowledge about this, please
You've reached the maximum length for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up. Your message has been sent. If you would like to try an extension, you may do so now.
Okay. We've called Mitch. Here, hold on. Let's see if we can find Mitch McConnell's Kentucky office. We're going to let as many people know as possible, so it has the best chance of spreading to somebody who might actually care. All right, here we go. 859-224. 8286.
Thank you for calling U.S. Senator Mitch McConnell's Lexington, Kentucky field office. Our office hours are 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. If you are calling within those hours, we are on the line with other callers. If you would like to leave a message, please be sure to include your full name, phone number with area code, and address with zip code. Thank you, and have a great day.
Hi, my name is Zachary Hubbard, phone number 509-560-4982, and I'm calling about the shooting this past Monday in Louisville. In the shooting, they said it happened in District 33, exactly 33 weeks after the mayor's birthday, and they compared it to Nashville, where they said that shooting happened at Building 33, and 3 adults and 3 children were killed in a school where 33 teachers worked. And I'm calling you on the 1-year anniversary of the New York subway shooting, where they said 33 shots were fired. And this same number appears in these shootings again and again, where there becomes politicians screaming for gun control behind them. And again, 33 is a very important number to the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. It seems that there is a real federal agenda to take away our rights and liberties. The Masonic headquarters in D.C., the House of the Temple, has 33 columns on the outside that are each 33 feet tall. And again, Kabbalah is studied within Masonry. Gematria comes from Kabbalah, the practice of coding numbers into words, and police, secrecy, order, federal, Masonry, they all equal 33. So what is one to think when they keep putting the same numbers in these events? Also curious, in Gematria, gun control equals 49, the mayor's 49, the shooting was 49 days after Mitch McConnell's birthday, and on the 94th day of Rand Paul's age, when the last assault weapons ban was in 94. If I could please get a call back about the explanation for how it goes from city to state, event to event, and all the numbers line up with the same recurring patterns, I would really appreciate an explanation. And if you guys could also open up your line in D.C., I'd also appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. To send your message, press 3 or hang up. Your message has been sent. To repeat this menu...
Okay, but I mean, the thing is, you can talk to secretaries all day. The representatives are never available. You never get a call back. I mean, I've left like who knows? I don't know, hundreds of these voicemails over the years. Never once gotten a call back. But yeah, for those of you guys who are new here, I mean, it was a little more than a year ago. It was February 7th, 2022. There was a mass shooting near where I was. I drove out there. It was like an hour and a half drive each way. And it was Commander Chris Lee in all the papers, New York Times and the rest of them, who was in charge of the scene. And I got him on camera to admit that the feds were in control of the situation. He was not allowed to see it with his own eyes. He had to stay outside the building. Yet he's communicating the narrative. And, of course, YouTube took down that video for medical misinformation. And again, I did get 2 channels suspended yesterday. One of them's out of commission through the end of the month. And the other one's out of commission for a week. And it'll be funny if they end up suspending all of the channels by the time I'm ready to go down to Big Techville to confront them about the censorship. But yeah, if that does happen, I do have Odyssey. I can figure out how to live stream on there. I do have BitChute, which censors even worse than YouTube. And probably have some other ones that I forget about that I don't use that much. But yeah, my channel names are the same on all platforms. And Odyssey does not censor people, but at the same time, nobody watches Odyssey. I did put up my Seattle stream on my GematriaEffectNews 25 Odyssey channel. If you guys missed that stream, it's nice and long and now censored. The thing I guess I could say I got lucky on is I put it up on 2 channels. It got a strike on the other channel I streamed on, but as soon as that happened, I took it down off this channel because the strike was about to come shortly after, as it always does. So it's up on GematriaEffectNews 25 on the Odyssey.com platform. But, yeah, I think that's it for now. And, whoa, appreciate the generosity. See, why even drive anywhere? You guys just like more when I call these people's offices. The stream generated 3 times as much revenue as the stream I did 9 hours of driving and pounding pavement generated 1/3 the revenue. But anyway, I do appreciate the generosity. D2689 chipped in $2 and said, the GOAT. I appreciate that. HSB chipped in 22 Canadian, said, hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you, Zach, for the stream. You're very welcome. F chipped in $2, said, keep up the great work, Z. Will do. Appreciate that. And Carl Streener, I think, chipped in a big one. Thank you, Carl. That was very generous. I hope you're feeling better. Make sure you're taking care of that health, buddy. Need you around. But he chipped in 50 British pounds, which goes for more than 50 US dollars. Appreciate that. He said, supporting your work as much as possible, especially with live streams. I appreciate that, Carl. You've always been a great supporter, and you didn't need to do that. My mom's in the chat and said, missed the call. Mom, you see how at the bottom there's the red line, like that's tracking how the video's going? If you take the dot at the end and just drag it back to the start of the video, it like rewinds the video. It's like rewinding the VHS tape. Or you can just start the stream over when I get off here. But, yeah, here, just to give you guys one more piece of information about the body camera footage yesterday. All right, here, I'll give you a couple more pieces of information. You remember how, it's funny, I just brought up the Stevie Steve shooting on Valentine's Day. Remember, that was live stream on Facebook, and Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same thing. Well, this came the day after, did I say Valentine's Day? If I said Valentine's Day, I meant to say Easter Sunday. Back in 2017, it was the Easter Sunday Stevie Steve shooting. It's funny, Nathan just replayed that video from 2017, and right at the end of the video, I say, you guys won't believe this, but this is about what the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be today. It's going to be Cleveland versus Boston. That's why I got the shootings in Cleveland and Boston. Back then, it was so easy to just connect sports and news because not as many people were hip to what I was exposing. But there's still a lot of things are the same. And it's kind of like how I'm pointing out how the Louisville thing's 149 days after the Superior General's birthday, right before the 149th Kentucky Derby in Louisville. But anyway, you got another Facebook product connected to this. They said he live streamed the shooting on Instagram. And notice, Biden talked about this. It just happened to be 141 days after Joe Biden's birthday. Instagram 141, go figure. But the body cam footage being released yesterday, Body cam video has the same gematria as Old National Bank in Louisville, but again, they said the cop Nicholas Wilt. I've never seen Nicholas spelled like that in my life. I've never seen it spelled CK. It's always CH. Sometimes people do Nick for short with the CK. But again, notice he's 26 and 10 days. I mean, that's exactly what we talked about, right? Bank, 26 and 10. So now we got Nicholas Wilt, who became a police officer 10 days earlier. And then, again, we were saying how the shooting's on the 10th, 26 days for the Kentucky Derby. They were initially coding 5-6 with the 5 dead and 6 injured initially. Kentucky Derby, big numbers every year at the Kentucky Derby. But now we got the 26-year-old cop 10 days after becoming a cop? Okay. Nicholas Wilt. Here, let me just, I wrote all this stuff down, but just so you can see it in the calculator with your own eyes. 49, again, number all over the thing. Gun control, 49. But also 77. We see that one a lot too. Police officer, 77. Police department, 77. Secret Society, 77. DC on the 77th Meridian West. Wouldn't be surprised if this guy... Oh, that was a typo here with 79. I gotta go back and fix that. But I wouldn't be surprised if he just did his actual training somewhere, in the federal city before he just got shipped down to Louisville. And the other guy, Corey Galloway, see the 58-59? Freemasonry 58-59. Again, just, I know we were talking about this the day of in Nashville over and over. And then his name also has the 167 in it, which is the 39th prime, another federal number. Another masonry number. They're both 33 forwards, 39 in reverse. And then his name also has the 157, the 37th prime, shooting 37. And it did happen on a 37 date numerology. And by the way, the body cam footage, I almost forgot to say, the body cam footage was put out on the date with 58 numerology. Also going with Corey Galloway. Fraternal, secret society, Masonic lodges, police stations, always in close proximity to each other. But yeah, good point, Holly. Let's see it from a lot of these things. And I mean, also, if they're going to put out body cam footage, let's see some body cam footage that reveals that any of these things happened. Yesterday, they told us that the body cam footage was too graphic, so it would be filtered and only show us certain things. It's like, we're adults, What changed between now and the 60s? When Vietnam started, they used to show the dead bodies on the news. And what happened was people didn't like seeing the dead bodies and they wanted the war to end. So the people who control the media learned, well, let's not put the dead bodies out there because it makes people not want our agenda. But yeah, I mean, seriously, they want to take our rights and liberties because these things are so awful, then show the awfulness, They're not doing that. They are not doing that. But yeah, again, you guys, remember, I got Gematria Effect News 25, 24, 23, 22, and Gematria Effect Sports. You really should subscribe to all those channels because 2 are suspended right now. I won't be surprised if another 1 or another 2 are suspended. I wouldn't be surprised if all 5 are suspended at the rate things are going. But also, if you're not familiar with platforms like Odyssey, again, it's noble what they're doing. A lot of people are putting content here, it's just not getting a lot of views. But Odyssey, Odyssee, I've been backing up my channels. Well, it sort of backs up. It misses a lot of videos. Like if the video is longer than 20 minutes, it seems to not back it up. You have to do it manually, which takes a lot of time. But, you type in Gematria Effect News 25. It is here. And I did put up the Seattle stream. So it still exists someplace on the internet. It's got a whole 3 views on Odyssey. How about that? 3 people have seen it. Thank you, Spatium. He says, Saturn's Day Club. Yeah. Indeed. So we'll leave it there for now, you guys. It is TFR tonight. It is Wednesday. TFR Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern. And again, be sure to tune in. If you guys want to help support the work, doing more than ever on the Patreon right now, and support is at an all-time low. So I don't know if it's tough times or if it's because people are getting censored or it's because I'm getting emails that people say it won't accept their credit card anymore or what's going on. But if you can support the work, I would appreciate it. It does cost resources to do things, and things are about to get expensive here, traveling to California where everything's overpriced. But again, that trip should start. I think I'm going to head down there April 16th. I got to be back by the 24th because Sweet Lady's got surgery that day. It's dental surgery. You can take care of your teeth when you're young. She takes good care of her teeth now, but she came from a third world country, and back over there they thought it was okay to eat sugar cubes for toothpaste. And yeah, so anyway, she's got dental surgery on the 24th, and I got to be back to help her out with that. So we'll be getting the trip done between the 16th and the 24th. Silicon Valley, LA, here we come. And when I have more specific dates, I'll be sure to put them out there, but stay tuned. And in case all my YouTube channels are suspended, get on freetofindtruth.com. I can live stream on there. I can live stream on my own platform. Granted, a lot of people won't see it on there because there's not a lot of people on there. It is free to sign up, freetofindtruth.com, totally free to sign up. There are things you can pay for on there. You can sign up for the marketing group, the sports group. Not marketing group, the more like markets financial group. We're not doing any marketing. Shout out to Quentin who chipped in $2 on the Cash App. But yeah, links to support the work, all the different ways. P.O. Box, all those things. It's in the description. And appreciate it in advance. Thank you to all the people who support the work consistently. Appreciate the people who support and then click the stay subscribe button. A lot of people come on for a month and then disappear. But $1 a month, you guys. If you guys can figure out how to budget $1 a month. A lot of people chipping in $1 goes a long ways. And again, the links to support down below. They're also scrolling on the screen at the bottom. We'll leave it there for now. TFR tonight. And until next time.